What if doubt wasn't a weakness? What if it was the exact doorway you're meant to walk through? Welcome to this space where shadow work meets soul evolution. In this video, we'll explore and dive deep into the 63rd evolutionary pattern of change, a code of consciousness that reveals one of the most misunderstood aspects of the human mind, doubt. But we won't try to fix it. We're not here to escape doubt. We're here to understand it so we can reclaim the grace of truth waiting on the other side. So let me begin by telling you a story. At this point, please close your eyes and visualize the story I am about to share. The parable of the fog and the compass. Once there was a seeker named Ayan who lived in a mountain village surrounded by fog. The villagers were obsessed with clarity. They believed that only those who found the perfect compass could escape the mist and reach the shining city said to exist beyond. Every child was given a basic compass at birth, but Ayan's compass, it spun wildly. It never pointed true north. The elders told him, "Yours is broken. Stay close. Don't wander too far into the fog." But Ayan was curious, and one night, when the village slept, he took his chaotic compass and stepped out into the mist. Days passed, then weeks. He followed rivers, stars, dreams. The compass never stabilized, but Ayan began to notice something. Though it spun, it reacted to his thoughts, to his fears, to his intentions. The more afraid he became, the more erratic it grew. But when he trusted the moment, when he let go, it softened and the path cleared. He never found the perfect direction, but one day the fog thinned, and there it was, the shining city, not at the edge of certainty, but through the heart of mystery. His compass hadn't been broken, it was alive, and it had been guiding him inward all along. The biological role of doubt. In our evolution, doubt has served us well. It's built into our biology as a pattern checker, a survival tool. Doubt asks, is this safe? Have we seen this before? What could go wrong? From an evolutionary lens, doubt protected the tribe. The one who questioned the plan may have seen the flaw that saves the group. But when doubt becomes personal, it mutates. It disconnects from logic and attaches to identity, saying, I am the problem. I don't belong. I can't trust myself. This is the repressive aspect, self-doubt. And when projected outward, it becomes suspicion. We question others' motives. We isolate. We seek control. This is the reactive shadow, the mental shield against vulnerability. Either way, we get trapped, not in a lack of intelligence, but in a fear of uncertainty, exploring the complementary shadow, and that's the shadow of confusion. And that's the 64th evolutionary pattern of change and its fear of conformity. To share a little bit more, it has a repressive nature of imitating, and of course the reactive nature of confusion. So you could see how these two shadows play on each other to keep us circling in our own fog without any sense of true direction. For those interested in doing deeper personal alchemy and wish to have a means of accelerating an understanding of shadow work, over the last 3 to 5 years, I have collected a wealth of information from various esoteric systems, namely the I Ching, human design, gene keys, the chakra systems, and astrology, as well as integrating them with the human genetic code. And in this chart, you will find the details of all the different shadows, all the different fears, the specific fears that fuel those specific shadows, all 64, all in relationship to each codon. And in this wheel, you will find 4 legends on each corner because they can't all fit on one corner or one side. to make it a nice, evenly balanced square. So here is the statements from each zodiac sign, so you can see. And then we have the legend for each chakra. You'll notice that there are more than seven, and because there are more than seven, because it is including the spleen as a means to detect threats. So there's an intuitional center there. There's also a center of willpower called the thyroid, because when we are born, the thyroid is literally almost, if not as big as our heart. So we have to accommodate that. And on the other side of this, you will also find an understanding of the I Ching, hexagram system, the different trigrams, the relationship to the three-dimensional plane, the yin and the yang, and how each of the 6 lines are affiliated with different archetypes, thanks to the human design and or gene key system. And lastly, you will also find the human genetic sequence chart for all the amino acids associated with the human genetic code. But furthermore, you will also find in this chart all the different zodiacs, all 12, mixed with the human design gene key chart. Bear with me, my graphics card is not as fast as other people's on their computer, but you will see all the different fears, all the different shadows, and how they relate to each chakra in those colorful little dots. So you can see how it affects each energy center in the body and how each of them have their own repressive and reactive statements because there are 6 expressions in each challenge. Therefore, you will also find those 6 lines in there, all with their own repressive and reactive statements, their associated dilemmas from that specific shadow, which eventually will clear up, the gift from making the right choices regularly and practicing that gift with its own unique self-empowerment statement. So as you learn to vacate the trapped emotions such as sadness, fear, anger, shame, and guilt, and you reorient towards true self-alignment and honoring the intuition and inner authority that you possess, it will lead you towards the grace specific to that challenge. So if you would like to learn more about this and or you would like to download this file for your own personal means of translating your specific challenges in the human design system or in the gene key system, it is all there for you. All you have to go is to my website and download this PDF file. It's about 50 megabytes in size. I hope you enjoy this and hope you enjoy this brief glimpse into this massive PDF with all the details about all the specific challenges you'll have in your personal self-realization path. In order to find this PDF, a link will be found down below in the description of the YouTube video. When using that elaborate and vast chart of information, you can use the human design apps found in the App Store on Google Play so that you can choose whichever speaks to you most. And as you choose whichever human design app works best for you, you can then use that towards the chart. So you get your information and your numbers. And then after that, you can use the chart as reference. For example, I use the human design app, which helps me see the specific numbers that I need to see in the top right-hand corner. The red are the unconscious. These are the ones that were imprinted when the soul decided to remain anchored in the body about 90 days before you were born, between the second and the third trimester. The black numbers indicate the conscious, more aware challenges that you know you have in your current life, based on your survival challenges and your adversities currently going on in your life. You can also find that same application in the Human Design App Store for iPhone and or iOS before you start using the chart that you have purchased online. Thank you very much. And if you ever need more information on this and you wanted a free consultation in understanding the current challenges in your life and how it relates to human design, feel free to reach out through the links below. You can also visit thegenekeys.com. There, you will also find a different kind of chart. It relates to the same challenges and same numerical sequences as found in the I Ching and human design. And there you'll be able to find a free profile link where you can then enter in your personal information in this field and then have a look at your specific gene key profiles and understand your genus sequence, your Venus sequence in opening up your heart, your love sequence, prosperity, and finding inner harmony. Thank you for watching this short introduction into the Wheel of Evolutionary Change and the chart that I've shown you in brief. And hopefully through those apps and through this PDF, you will find a way to decode the challenges you face and understand how to make the best choices for you and everyone you were meant to impact positively in your life. Now back to the shadow work and the evolutionary change in this video. This 63rd pattern of evolutionary change doesn't say doubt is wrong. It says, how are you using it? This is the dilemma of logic. The gift of logic, our brilliant ability to reason, can become our prison. The mind wants closure, but life offers mystery. Spiritual growth demands that we ask without demanding answers, that we trust our inner authority, not just external facts. That's why this specific challenge governs one of the hardest aspects of awakening. Living with the paradox that truth is felt before it's proven, that doubt must dissolve, not into answers, but into inquiry. Inquiry is what happens when we hold the question gently without needing to force a conclusion. In the space between fear and certainty, we discover a third path, a path toward the grace of truth. The shadow of doubt exists because we are evolving creatures, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Doubt is the birth pain of transformation. It cracks the shell of old belief systems. It tests the strength of intuition. It pulls us into deep discomfort, so we stop clinging and start listening. From a soul perspective, every shadow is a veiled gift. Doubt is not the enemy of truth. It is the guardian of it. It stands at the threshold of asking, is one willing to wait? Is one willing to be honest? Is one willing to surrender? And if we do, if we stop trying to overpower the fog with facts, the fog becomes the path. Unknown becomes the invitation. The pressure to know becomes the peace of presence. When doubt becomes inquiry, life opens. We stop fearing failure and begin experimenting. We let intuition speak alongside reason. We realize that I don't know is not a weakness. It's the most sacred truth we can hold. And when inquiry deepens, truth arrives. Not as a headline or a mic drop, but as a feeling, such as the calm in one's belly, the knowing without proof, and the clarity beyond language. This is how it feels when we embody the grace of truth. The grace that rises when doubt has been alchemized by love. So we don't need to have it all figured out. We're not behind. We're just in the fog, where truth is learning to walk with us, not ahead of us. For now, just remember, doubt doesn't mean don't. It means go gently, go curiously, and let truth meet you at the pace of grace. I'm grateful that you've traveled with me this far. Be sure to like and subscribe if you found truth even within this video, and comment with your own experience of working with your own doubts and suspicions. Until next time, stay open, stay curious, and let the intuitional signals guide you back on track. Down below, you will also find links in the description, one with my email, so that you can contact me for a free consultation in navigating your shadows with less doubt in yourself. The next link is for my website, so you can learn more about me, what I do, how I do it, and why. And lastly, there are 3 support groups that I host. One is Spiritual Divination Systems, where you'll learn all about these shadows, the ones specific to you, how to alchemize them, navigate them, and obtain the gifts from practicing the mastery of alchemizing them, so that you can embody more grace in your everyday being and exude that for others so it can inspire. The next one is Emotional Intelligence and Mastery. So you learn more about the emotions and discover the truth of how they can help you, as opposed to allowing your shadows to use them to impair you. Lastly, you have Emotional Trauma Release. So you'll learn more about your doubts, your suspicions, and learn to trust more in your emotions to guide you through to actions that would be more aligned with your true sense of self and what it wants to accomplish in both finding the truth of what works for you and navigating out of the fog of indecision. Thank you for joining with me and watching this thus far. God bless you on your journey. Namaste and good life to you all.